Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I've started offering specialized one-on-one classes in physics, chemistry and math EE for both SL and HL. So for the rates, the standard rate is $35 per hour. If you book like 5 or more classes, it'll be 30, and if you book 10 or more, it'll be 25. So these courses will be tailored to your needs. Whatever you want to learn, we can discuss in these classes. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can contact me at this given email, and yeah, to schedule your class. So with this, let's get started with this paper. Thank you. Hello everyone. So today we'll be solving the November AASL paper. So let's get started with the first question. They have given us a set of ordered pair, and we have to find the mode, range, median and the IQR. To first find the mode, we have to find the number which has the highest number of occurrence in the data set. And as the numbers are arranged, okay, in the increasing order, we see that 22 has been repeated the most number of times. So mode will be equal to 22. Okay. Now next part is range. Range is basically the difference between the highest and the lowest value. So for the range, the highest value in this data set is 42 and the lowest value is 22. So 42 minus 22, the range would be 20. And the median. So here in this data set, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As we have even number of entries, what happens is the midpoint actually lies here and the midpoint doesn't lie on a number, right? In this case, what we do is we take the average of these two numbers, right? The median would be 28 plus 32 divided by 2, which gives me 28 plus 32 is 60, 60 divided by 2, which is 30. So that's how I'll get the mode, range and median. And next I have to find is the IQR. Now, this is the point where we get the median, or median is basically the second quartile, right? First quartile is basically the median of the first set. Now if you look here, there are five entries in the first set and the median lies on 26. So Q1 is 26, right? And Q3 is basically 38. Your IQR would be Q1 minus Q3 minus Q1, which is 38 minus 26, and the answer is 12. The IQR is 12, and that's the answer to part 1. Now moving on to question 2. So yeah, AB lies on a circle with center O and radius R, and the angle AOB is given as 1.5 radians, right? Area of sector OAB is given as R, 48. Find the value of R. To find R, so area is basically given by half R squared theta. This is the formula of area. Now the area is basically 48 centimeters square. R is what we need to find and theta is 1.5. Now I can do is 48 times 2 divided by 1.5. 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2. So I can write it like this. This is R squared. Okay. When I 48 divided by 3 is 16. So R squared is, or R would be root under 16 times 2 times 2. So 16 root 16 is 4 and root 2 times 2 is 4. So R from here gives us 8 centimeters. This is the answer to the part A. Now moving on to part B, we have to find the perimeter of the sector OAB. OAB, you have to find this entire perimeter. So this is R, and this value would be R theta. So perimeter would be R plus R plus R theta. Okay, 8 plus 8 plus 8 times theta is 1.5. 8 plus 8 is 16 and 8 times 1.5 is 8 plus 4, which is 12. So this overall gives us 28 centimeter. This is the answer to part B. Now moving to part 3. We have two events A and B, says that PA is 0.65, PV is 0.45. We have to find the value of PA union B. Given to us as 0.85. We have to find the value of PA intersection B. Yeah. For this, we can use the formula PA union B equals PA plus PB minus P of A intersection B. And if we rearrange, P of A intersection B is basically PA plus PB minus P of A union B. PA is 0.65, PB is 0.45, A union B is 0.85. So 0.45 minus 0.85 is minus 0.4. So 0.65 minus 0.4 gives us 0.25. This is the answer to the first part. Now moving on to the second part, you have to find P of A prime bar B prime. A prime bar B prime, this by formula we know that it is P of A prime intersection B prime, right, divided by PB prime. Okay. Now I will draw a Venn diagram to identify the first answer. Okay, so let's say this is A and this is B. So this, the one which I'm highlighting with yellow, is basically P of A prime. A prime is this yellow part, right? And the green part is basically B prime. Now if you check here, A prime intersection B prime is basically the parts which is other than this AB, right? So this part is basically P of A prime intersection B prime. So how will I get this part? That is 1 minus P of A union B. P of A union B will give me the probability of everything between A and B. So 1 minus P of A union B will give me everything other than A and B, right? So P of A prime intersection B prime would be equal to 1 minus P of A union B, which is 1 minus 0.85, 0.15, right? And PB prime is basically 1 minus PB. 1 minus 0.45 gives you 0.55. Now, P of A prime bar B prime, this will be equal to 0.15 by 0.55. So yeah, I can write it as 15 by 55. If I divide with 5, both the numerator and denominator, I'll get 3 over 11, which is the final answer for this question. Now, you can move on to the next part. You have to prove that this is a multiple of 12 for all values of n, which is a positive integer. So it's given that n is a positive integer, right? To solve this, I'll just expand the brackets, right? 3n plus 2 squared will be 3n squared plus 2 times 3n plus 2, 3n times 2 plus 2 squared, minus 3n minus 2 whole squared will be 3n squared minus 2 times 3n times 2 plus 2 squared, 9n squared plus 12n plus 4 minus 9n squared plus 12n minus 4. So I can see that 9n squared and 4 will get cancelled and we'll get 24n, right? 24n can be written as 12 times 2n, right? As n is a positive integer, right, 2n will also be a positive integer, right? So 2n can be taken as k. So as it's 12k, the expression will be a multiple of 12. Okay, so yeah, if you take 2n as k, yeah, your expression finally simplifies to 12k. Now whatever the value of k is, if it's a positive integer, right, you can always take out, so 12 will always be a multiple of this number, right, because it's 12 times k. K can be any number, right, but it's always multiplied with 12. And as a result, this expression is of course a multiple of 12 for all values of n belonging to positive integer. We are done with question 4. We can try question 5 now. The following diagram shows a triangle ABC where AB is 4 cm, BC is 6 cm, AC is 5 cm. To find the exact value of cos theta. Yeah. Now we can use the cosine formula to find the value of cos 2 theta, right? Cos 2 theta would be basically 6 squared plus 4 squared minus 5 squared divided by 2 times 6 times 4. If I simplify the right side, it becomes 6 squared is 36, 4 squared is 16, this is 25, and this is 48. Fine. So this basically becomes 27 by 48, and I can simplify it a little bit to 19 by 16. Now cos 2 theta can be written as 2 cos squared theta minus 1, which is your 9 over 16, right? Now 2 cos squared theta would be 9 by 16 plus 1, which is basically 9 plus 16 over 16, which gives you 25 over 16. Fine. So cos squared theta would be 25 over 32, right? So cos theta would be root under 25 by 32, right? So 32 can be factorized as, so 32 can be written as 2 to the power of 5. So this is 25 is 5 squared, 32 is 2 to the power 4 times 2. Okay. And yeah, from here cos theta can be written as 5 by 2 squared is 4 root 2. Now in the form it's p root 2 by a, right? So root 2 has to be in the numerator, so I'll just multiply and divide with root 2. So 5 root 2 divided by 4 times 2 is 8. So cos theta equals 5 by 2 root 8. This definitely matches the form of the answer p root 2 by a. So this is the final answer of this question. Now moving on to the next part. We have a particular arithmetic sequence where u10 equals 16, s25 equals 100. Find the value of cases that uk equals 0. So for an arithmetic series, un would be a plus n minus 1 times d. Yeah. So for u10 would be equal to a plus 10 minus 1, which is 9d. So u10 is 16, so 16 equals a plus 9d. This is my first equation. Okay. Now second equation is s25. Sn would be n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. This is the sum of an arithmetic series. S of 25 would be 25 over 2, 2a, 25 minus 1 is 24, 24d. And s25, instead of this, I can write it as 100. Okay, so these are the two main equations. Now we're using these two equations, the values of a and d. I'll start with the left part. So yeah, I know 100 times 2 divided by 25 equals, I can also take out a 2 common, a plus 12d. Cancel these two out. 25 can be like 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 4 equals a plus 12d. Okay. Now I can write a as 16 minus 9d from the first one, and then I can plug in the value here. So 16 minus 9d plus 12d, this will be equal to 4. Shift 16 to the other side. Now minus 9d plus 3d plus 12d is 3d. So 4 minus 16 is negative 12. So from here d is negative 4. And if I place d in this equation, I'll get a, which is minus 9 times minus 4. So a becomes 36, 36 plus 16, which gives me 52. So a is 52, d is negative 4. You have to find the value of uk, find the value of cases that uk becomes 0. Okay. So yeah, uk would be a plus k minus 1 times d. Fine. Just here, yeah. Now the value of uk would be 0, a is 52, d is negative 4, and here you have k minus 1. Just have to solve for the value of k and we'll be done. So if I just shift minus 4 k minus 1 to the other side, becomes 4k minus 1, which is 52. Now if I divide both sides with 4, 52 divided by 4 gives me 13, right? So from here k would be 13 plus 1, and final answer is k equals 14. This is the answer for question 6. Now next we have section B problems. So yeah, so here is a question. So we have two functions f and g. F is linear, so the straight line is fx and the parabola is gx. Okay, the intercepts of g are given and the intercepts of x are also given. So first is we have to find the equation of f in the form fx equals mx plus c, right? So for part A, for this line, I can find the slope of this line. For so the intercept of x, this this is the x-intercept and the y-intercept is 0,8. Okay, x-intercept is a y-intercept. In order to write the equation of straight line, I just need 2 points on the straight line, and that's enough. So first I'll find the slope of the line, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so take this point as 1, take this point as 2. Y2 is 8. Okay, y1 is 0, x2 is 0, x1 is 4. So 8 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 4 gives you 8 divided by negative 4, which is negative 2, which is the slope of the straight line. Now you can do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You can choose any point as 1, but already we have chosen this 4 comma 0 as 1, so I'll proceed with this. So y minus 0 equals minus 2 times x minus 4. If we get y equals minus 2x plus 8. This is the equation of straight line. Now in function terms, just replace fy equals with x, which is fx equals minus 2x plus 8. This is the answer to the first part. Now next is the function g is given by this value, this equation. You have to find the value of b. So I can choose any of the x-intercepts of b to solve this. Okay, so yeah, so gx would be equal to minus x squared plus bx plus 8. Okay, so I'll take this 4 and 0, x equals 4, gx equals 0. Okay, you can say g of 4 equals 0, something like this. So yeah, g of 4 would be minus 4 squared plus 4b plus 8. G of 4 is 0. 0 equals minus 16 plus 4b plus 8 gives you minus 16 plus 8 is minus 8 plus 4b. Okay, 4b would be equal to 8. From here b becomes equal to 2. Or for the second part, b is equal to 2. This is the answer. Now moving to part C, we have to find out that we have to show that the area enclosed by the graph of f and gx is this. Okay, now you see gx is above fx, right? So the integral would be like this. Area would be integral of gx minus fx dx, right? So limits of the integral will start from this point, which is x equals 0 to x equals 4. Yeah, because between these points we have the enclosed area. This is our enclosed area basically. From 0 to 4, gx would be now minus x squared plus 2x, b is 2, and then plus 8. This is your gx, and your fx would be minus 2x plus 8. Now we'll simplify it a bit. Plus 2x minus 8 dx, and you see negative 8 cancels out, so we'll be left with minus x squared plus 4x dx, which is the area. So we can finally conclude that area is equal to integral 0 to 4 minus x squared plus 4x dx. So it exactly matches here, minus x squared plus 4x dx. Okay. Now next part is we have to evaluate the area. We just have to solve this integral for the next part. So yeah, find the area enclosed by the graph f and the graph g. So just evaluating this integral, this will be, so if I integrate x squared, it will be minus x cubed by 3, and integral of 4x would be 4x squared by 2. Upper limit is 4, lower limit is 0, which gives you, if I plug in the upper limit, minus 4 cubed by 3 plus 4 divided by is 2, 2 times 4 squared, minus, if I plug in the lower limit, 0 cubed by 3, 4 times 0 squared by 2. This side will be 0, and this side would be minus 64 by 3 plus 32. Okay, which gives me minus 64 plus 96 by 3, which is 32 over 3. This is the area enclosed between fx and gx. Now the last part says that P is a point on graph G. That's basically talking about, okay, they haven't mentioned P. Okay, no problem. Tangent of graph G is at P is parallel to graph F, right? So if the tangent to graph G is parallel to F, that means slope of this tangent will be equal to slope of graph F. Now slope of F is already equal to -2, I know that. So first I'll find the slope of this tangent, find the expression for the slope of the tangent. G dash x would be, So it is minus x squared ddx of minus x squared plus 2x plus 8, okay, which gives you minus 2x plus 2. Now g dash x should be equal to the slope of the line, and the slope of the line we found in the first part as -2, right? So this will be equal to -2, and from here I can find the value of x. Minus 2x, if I shift 2 to the other side, becomes -4, and if I divide both sides with 2, x becomes 2. So x is the x coordinate of point G, point P, right? And I have to find the y coordinate now. So y coordinates, I'll just plug in the values here. So y coordinate will be g of 2, which is minus 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 8. So minus 4 plus 4 plus 8, which is basically 6. Yeah, so it's not minus 2 squared, minus is actually outside. So this gives you 8, right? So the coordinates of point P, this will be 2, 8. And this is the answer to part E. And with this, we finish this problem and we'll move on to the next part. Next part is fx is defined as fx equals log base to 4x. I have to find the value of f of 8 and f of 1 by 4. So a of 1, f of 8 would be log base 2 4 times 8. Now it's log base 2, right? So 4 can be written as 2 squared and 8 can be written as 2 cubed. So this is log base 2 to the power of 5. So which gives me 5 log base 2 2. Now log base 2 equals 1. So f of 8 would be equal to 5. This is the answer to the first part. Yeah. For the next part, we have to find f of 1 by 4, right? For f of 1 by 4, it will be log base 2 4 times 1 by 4, which gets you log base 2 1. Log base 2 1 is equal to 0. So f of 1 by 4 is equal to 0. That's the answer to the second part. Third part is we have to find an expression for f inverse x, right? For f inverse x, what we'll be doing is we'll be writing it in coordinate form. So y equals log base 2 4x. Fine. Now to find inverse, what happens is we have to swap x and y. Okay. So instead of y, I'll write x, and instead of x, I'll write y. And then I have to convert the equation in terms of x, that's it. Now if I want to remove log 2, I'll do 2 to the power x, this is equal to 4y. Now y will be equal to 2 to the power x by 4, 4 can be written as 2 squared. So y finally can be written as 2 to the power x minus 2. So final expression for inverse, f inverse x would be equal to 2 to the power x minus 2. This is your answer to part B. Yeah. Now part C is we have to find f inverse 0. Yeah. So f inverse 0 is just replace x with 0 in this expression. So 0 minus 2, 2 to the power negative 2, which is 1 over 4. This is the answer to part C. Next we have part D. Okay, for part D, the graph of f of 16x cubed can be obtained by translating and stretching the graph of y equals log 2x. Describe these two transformations, specifying the order in which they are to be applied. So we have to apply the transformation from log base 2x. Okay. Now if I want to find this function, right? So yeah. So f of the expression is f of 16x cubed. This is equal to log base 2, instead of x, 4x, I'll write 4 of 16x cubed. So 4 times 16 is 64. So log base 2, 64 x cubed. Right? Now 64x cubed can be written as 4 cubed, right? So this can also be written as 4x whole cubed. Okay. Now I can bring the 3 in front and write it as log base to 4x. 3 times log base to 4x. Now if I apply the transformations as compared to log base to x, so this is what I have to compare it with. Yeah, the transformations would be, first, there is a horizontal compression. by a factor of 1 by 4. This is because of the 4x term. And second is there is a vertical stretch by a factor of 3. This is because of the 3 multiplied in front of log base to 4x. These are your two transformations, and that's the answer to this question. And with this, we finish question 8, and we'll move on to the last question. So for this last question, we have a cylinder, right? Yeah. So radius is 4r, and height is h, and there is a smaller radius of r which is removed from the center. So we have to total surface area of this hollow cylinder is given by S. Volume of a hollow cylinder is given by V. We have to show that S is equal to 30 pi r square plus 10 pi RH. Okay, we'll start with option A. So total surface area. So we'll break this total surface into two parts. One is curved surface area and the surface area of top and bottom. For curved surface, there are two surfaces. One is the surface inside, right? And then the other one is the surface outside. So total curved surface area for outside, it's 2 pi times 4r times h. And for inside, it's 2 pi r times h. Right, so this is the outside curved surface and this is the inside curved surface. So it's 8 plus 2, 10. So I'm getting 10 pi RH. This is the curved surface area. And for top and bottom surfaces, for top surface, basically it's pi 4r square minus pi r square because there is a hole here, right? So yeah, and the same thing is there at the bottom, so I can multiply this with 2. So 2 times pi of 4r squared minus pi of r squared. So this is pi 2 times 16 pi r squared minus pi r squared, which is 2 times 15 pi r squared, which is 30 pi r squared. So total surface area S would be the total curved surface area plus the total, the surface area of the top and bottom surfaces, which I'm getting as 10 pi RH plus 30 pi r square is exactly equal to this. So hence we have proved it. Okay. Now we have the next part. Next part is the total surface area of the cylinder is 240 pi, so that the volume is 360 pi r minus 45 pi r cubed, right? It says that the total surface area S, this is equal to 240 pi. Therefore, from the first S expression, I can equate this. Now I can take a 10 pi common. Then I can cancel out the pi on both sides and I can cancel out this 10. So RH would be equal to 24 minus 3 pi r square, and from here I'll get an expression in H. Why did I decide to find this expression in H? Because if you look at the volume expression, there is no height, right? So height has to be eliminated in the volume expression. So this is your height, 24 minus 3 pi r square. Now we have to find the volume of this cylinder. Volume will be, see, we have to take the total volume and subtract the inner volume, subtract the volume of the inner cylinder, right? This is pi of 4r squared times h minus pi r squared h. Okay, so 16 pi r squared h minus pi r squared h. So volume would be 15 pi r squared h. Okay, now instead of this h, I'll substitute 24 minus 3 pi r square divided by r. Now r squared and r, this will cancel out. So if I expand this, 15 pi r times 24. So yeah, 15 pi r times 24, 15 times 24 is approximately 360. 360 pi r minus 15 times 3 is 45 pi r cube. Yeah. So finally the expression of volume will be 45 pi r cubed, which is 360 pi minus 45 pi r cubed, which is exactly same as the question. So we have also proved this. Now the next part, we have to find the expression of dV over dr. Fine, just differentiate v with respect to r. ddr of 360 pi r minus 45 pi r cubed. So dv by dr would be 360 pi minus 135 pi r square. Differentiation of r cubed is 3r square, so 3 times 145 is 135. This is the expression for dv by dr. Yeah, and that's what we need to find for part C. This will be our answer. For part D, it says that the hollow cylinder has a maximum volume when r is equal to p root 2 by 3, where p is a positive integer. Find the value of p, and then we have to find the maximum volume. Okay, fine. Let's find p first. For p, right, for maxima, dv by dr would be equal to 0. Maxima or minima? So 360 pi minus 135 pi r square equals 0. Okay, so 135 pi r square would be equal to 360 pi. So r square would be 360 pi by 135 pi. Okay, if you simplify from here, r square would be equal to yeah, so pi cancels out. I can divide both of them with 5. So it's 135 by 5 is 27, 360 by 5 is 72. Then I can divide with I can divide it with 9. 27 divided by 9 is 3, 72 divided by 9 is 8. So r square is 8 over 3. So r would either be plus root under 8 by 3 or negative root under 8 by 3. So r is equal to 2 root 2 by 3 or r is equal to negative 2 root 2 by 3. Now radius cannot be negative, so you'll ignore this value. Yeah. Now this contains 3 marks. So okay, we can just find d2v by dr square and plug in the value of r. So d2v by dr square would be minus 135 times 2, which is minus 270 pi r. Okay, so minus 270 pi times 2 root 2 by 3 will yield a negative number. Yeah, as d2v by dr square is less than 0, for r equals 2 root 2 by 3, there should be a maxima. Okay, and for the other value, if r was negative, there would be a minimum, right? So therefore r equals 2 root 2 by 3. So what's the form? Yeah, this will be 2 root under, so like this. So there's a small mistake here. This is minus 2 root under 2 by 3. Okay, and here also if I plug in this thing, yeah, so when r is equal to 2 root under 2 by 3, right, we have the maxima, but we have to change this. Okay, yeah, p root 2 by 3, so p is equal to 2. This will be your answer. Now for the last part, we have to find the maximum volume. Okay, so it's part E. To find Vmax, we'll just plug in the value of r in the the volume expression. So it'll go like this, which is 360 pi r minus 45 pi r cube. This is the expression of volume. So here I'll just plug in the value of r. It is 2 root under 2 by 3 whole squared times 2 root under 2 by 3. If I take root under 2 by 3 as common, 360 times 2 is 720 pi, and this will be 45 pi times 2 to the 4 times 2 by 3, and then we have a 2 here, right? Overall, if I cancel these two, make it 15, become root under 2 by 3, 720 pi. 15 times 4 is 60, 60 times 4 is 240, is your 240 pi. So 720 minus 240 is 480. So it's 480 pi root under 2 by 3. That's my final answer. So the maximum volume would be 480 pi root under 2 by 3. So with this, we are done with the paper, and I'll also be posting the paper 2 solutions shortly. Thank you so much for watching the video. See you again in the next one.